Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. And as always, I have a very special guest for you. Two lovely ladies here tonight from Black Women Talk Tech. They'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. Like I said, I have two lovely ladies tonight from Black Women Talk Tech. I'll let themselves introduce you to the program. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's great to have you here. And I'm really going to enjoy tonight's topic because Black Women Talk Tech, I think it's amazing. You don't really see too much of that. So we're really going to dive in deep into that. So I have Esosa.
Yes.
And Brittany.
Yeah.
So welcome officially.
Thank you.
Why don't you just take a moment, Esosa, to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. So my name is Esosa Ighodaro. I am one of the co-founders of CoSign, a technology tech company, also Black Women Talk Tech.
And Brittany?
My name is Brittany Kendrick. I am one of the co-founders of Safer Together. I'm also a civil engineer by day, but I dabble in playing as the co-chapter lead of Black Women Talk Tech for New York City chapter.
That is amazing. So yes, why don't we kind of just establish for everyone at home, what is Black Women Talk Tech?
So Black Women Talk Tech is an organization for Black women tech founders across the U.S. and Canada. So what we do is we essentially allow Black women tech founders to have a community of support while building the next billion-dollar company, right? And so our mission is essentially to identify, help resource, and support the next billion-dollar tech founder to be a Black woman. And so we do that by creating and organizing events throughout New York City and all the other chapter cities across the nation, as well as we gather information from a research perspective to identify what's truly our advantages and some challenges that we could work through. And then we also create access to funding for a lot of the founders who are a part of the organization.
So Brittany, with your role, of course, a lot of people have, day jobs as well, and do what they love with the organization. So for you, how does your day job tie in and help move forward your role?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So as I mentioned, I'm a civil engineer by day, and in my evenings, it allows me the opportunity to delve into my entrepreneur pursuits, which is something that I've always wanted and always wanted to partake in since being in high school, right? And so I found this community of Black Women Talk Tech of like-minded women who want to create a network of resources as well as people and bodies that are able and valuable to understanding my strides or my stripes that I'm encountering during my creating my own business, as well as any type of resources to help me further my business. So it's been a great community of resources as well as knowledge, because as we know, in the Black community we are very weakened in our networks, and so how do we strengthen that with numbers and with people as valuable perspectives that we are?
Absolutely. And the fact that you focus in on something that's so specific, yet there's a huge market for it. It's just untapped. I just feel like you don't see, on top of just being Black people in tech, we're doing Black women in tech.
Okay.
And that is so specific yet powerful.
Right.
Of course.
On its own.
I mean, with Black women, why not? We are killing the game. We're the most PhDs, most master's degrees, most educated group in America right now. We are building more businesses than any other group at a higher percentage, as well as we're saving the world out here. The political scene, okay?
Yeah.
Cleaning it up.
Cleaning up everybody else's mess.
Okay. So, I mean, everyone can see a Black woman and see their leadership. But why not see that in technology? And so we really want to be able to be a part of the economic shift of Black women, not only just leading in different fields, but literally creating great, valuable businesses and turning that into wealth for our communities, for our families, and everyone around us.
And for you, Esosa, during your day job, how does that also tie into what you get to do for Black Women Talk Tech?
So I am a tech founder. So I work on my company every day and build that into what it's been today. Our latest, greatest accolade. We were just completed a Morgan Stanley Innovation Lab. So our latest investor is Morgan Stanley.
Wow.
And we've been really trying to strive our business at Cosign, which makes products within images shoppable on social media and blog sites. So we're building that technology and image recognition for that technology. So that's allows me to know intimately this path of building a technology company. I've been in it for over 4 years, and so I understand what it's like to kind of build a business from the ground up. And, coming from my background in banking, switching it up and getting from working and doing the business to like finally leaving and doing it full time. So I understand that in that complete circle journey and want to continue to share some of what I learned, because there is a couple of things that you can learn without having to make those mistakes.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So.
And a question to the floor, because I think it's so interesting. You dabbled on something that's so. I interview a lot of people, and a lot of women in particular who are entrepreneurs, but still haven't cut the cord from the day job just yet, because that's such a hard, that every 2 weeks, the stability, when that direct deposit hits every 2 weeks, it's like a little security blanket.
Of course.
So would you say that Black Women Talk Tech helps in the sense that it would give you the opportunity to maybe a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of financial freedom, so you can continue to focus on building essentially what you're trying to focus on, but still have, we still have everyday bills and expenses. We live in New York City or wherever in the North American region. There are expenses and things that we have to take care of.
Right. I think it's a very interesting question that you pose, because Black women are the leaders in the households, right? And so oftentimes we find ourselves stricken with, I want to pursue my dreams, but then I also have mouths to feed. And that's just saying you're only your children, but also you're supporting your friends, your family that are also like within your communal, right? Within your community. But then we have to find we have to understand that something we, at our chapter meeting just last night, an investor was explaining how it is important for women to understand that for you to gain access to venture capital funding, you have to be willing to dedicate 100% of your time and your effort. So therefore cutting your day job, right? And that's a lot to ask for. However, what this community of Black Women Talk Tech does, it creates a community that we can strengthen our network and our encouragement, as well as accountability of one another, that like, hey, did you achieve this milestone that you had set forth for yourself, right? I know you want to quit your job, but there's certain things that need to happen, right, before you get to that position of wanting to quit. So therefore we have like accountability measures put in place, as well as this camaraderie of understanding like we're all pursuing the same purpose and goal, but how can we achieve that by doing this together in a very network supportive community?
So it also kind of prevents you from just getting up and prematurely doing something that you might regret, with the accountability and the steps, because that's great. Everyone, it's the ideal that you'll be able to just leave your day job and do this only, but I think it's important to also have the opportunity to know when things are in place, and it's all about the right time.
Right.
And doing it when the timing is right, so that you don't fall into some of the pitfalls, which we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I definitely want to go into some other topics with this. So you're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So ladies, let's talk about some of the common pitfalls. It's really hard. Everybody is striving to do their best. And as Black women, that's one of the things that we really do strive, is to juggle the family, your entrepreneurship, your community, your friends. There's a whole lot that really goes into that maybe not everyone else may be aware of. But what are some of the common pitfalls that we could avoid that you have seen?
I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, not even just tech, is just really getting started is one of the hardest parts of like getting your business off the ground. And then while you're getting it off the ground, asking for help. Right? Like, people really don't understand how much of a journey this is. Like, you can't do it all by yourself. And I know a lot of Black women who think they can. And because they're used to being independent and getting things done, right? Like, if you want something done, you give it to a Black woman because you know it's about to get done very excellently, right? But the biggest thing I would say is ask for help from as many people who you trust that are reliable to give you that help. And don't be afraid to be, pretty wide with that. Because a lot of things that I've noticed, especially within tech, if you are a Black woman, you're more likely not asking for enough help like other counterparts who are doing stuff. And I mean, like, one of the examples I give is when I got money from an investor, they would ask and say, hey, you're not using me enough. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? You gave me the money to go ahead and use it and build my company with. I didn't think there was anything I should be asking you for. And he's like, you know what? I gave money in that same month. I gave money to you. I gave money to another person. And that person has got me on the phone at least 4 times and made me go through my Rolodex and get them deals. I was like, oh, I'm definitely not doing that. Like, just thinking.
Because you were just so grateful. And
I know.
You're like, you don't want to push them too much.
Exactly. You're so excited that you actually got money from someone. You convinced someone who's not your family to give you money. I was like, I'm going to make this something and then give it to you. But then I realized, like, you really have to be strategic and figure out what you need and how they can help you and go ahead and go for the goal. Like, I was like, yo, I'm not doing enough. So I said, on that note, the next week we had an appointment down and we were going to go and figure out how can you help my business truly, right?
That's amazing.
I think another challenge that's involved with asking for help is oftentimes women or entrepreneurs feel uncomfortable sharing their dreams. And so it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want anybody to copy off of what I'm doing. And let me just say, let's debunk that myth. Like, it is so pertinent for you to share because, one, it's one thing if you share an idea with someone. It depends if that other person is going to actually do the work, like what you're saying you're willing and dedicated to do.
True.
It is so much more effort and time and resources that is required to do your actual idea. So why not share in order to find someone else that will do it with you to help you?
Exactly.
So we have to find, like, it's okay to my dad's always weary about, like, don't share your dreams with everybody not really on the same level as you.
I know.
When, like, that is true.
And that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
I have personally gone through, like, at least 6 different people of shooting one of my startups ideas too, which is like a hydronomy, which is like a decentralized water access through atmospheric water generator. And I've pitched that to, like, at least 6 people, seeing if it, like, gravitates to them, does it speak to their soul, would they want to help me out? I'm like, I need help. I can't do this by myself. I'm an engineer. I'm too technical. I need someone that's, like, soft, like someone who knows how business. I don't know anything. And they're like, yeah, it sounds great. And out of all 6 people, it only stuck with 1. So, I mean, like, that's someone that I'm dedicated towards. They're dedicated to me. And, like, you can find camaraderie in that. And, like, that's what we should value rather than being so protective of our ideas.
Super protective.
Yeah.
And kind of hoarding the information. You're only hurting yourself because you have to help me help you. Like, you have to just let go a little bit and do trust.
Right.
Yeah. Trust in your abilities, too. Like, really, if it's meant for you, you are the only one that, because you conceive that thought. When you conceive that thought, it builds into, the world conspires to build it with you. So don't be afraid about saying what it is. Just be protective of the idea in a sense. If someone shoots it down, don't take it like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Just go ahead and say, okay, I appreciate the constructive criticism. I'm going to take that and see how I can build it better.
Tailor it. Yeah.
There's enough space for everyone. I mean, you think about, like, Uber. That was probably the first ride-sharing service on the market. But then you had Lyft. Now you have Juno.